Hey, what's going on? So right now we're just going to show some pickups that we got from SCG Cincinnati. We were only there for a little bit, but we got some pretty cool stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I think in regards to what other things I'm going to be posting up, it might turn into kind of like con prep as to like what's the best way to go about getting through the lines and getting your stuff signed, or at least what you're trying to get. Because I think that's a big part about going to these cons if you're not really playing, or even if you are playing, you just want to get some signatures, like what's the best way to do it. So let's take a look. So first and foremost, we went a little bit aggressive with our Pete Venters section just because we really wanted to get some good ones, because I mean, let's be honest, Pete's art is pretty much incredible. So we got like the iconic one that he does with the Psychic Frog, which is he matches the colors. So that one's pretty sweet. And then with the Warren Soul Traders, I feel like it was just such a hard color to try to find anything really that worked. But Pete did a really good job. I asked him and I was talking about it, and I was like, I don't know, whatever colors you honestly think, go with it. And I think he did a really good job making gold and like purple pop. And I think it fits the card really, really well. I can't wait to get that into some decks now. Used to have a couple mono black decks that were running Warren Soul Trader, and Kenrith was on it for a little bit, but I think it was a little bit too CEDH, so I had to tone it down a little bit. So I mean, like, it looks incredible. Pyroblast, another sweet card. With these ones, I like getting the Kaya Foglio. I like her signature because like she charges like a little bit extra to do like her like glammed up one. And let's see if we can get a close up of it. It just looks awesome. It makes it pop with the artwork. Yeah, really, really stoked to get that one. And then again, like the Pete Venters one, like look at the colors on there. It's awesome. Really, really awesome looking. So we're really stoked to get those. Getting into some more things. All right, so another card that's really difficult to get color matched. I was talking to Pete about it, and he recommended black and red for this one. You know, him being the artist, you got to trust him. And look at how that turned out. Super stoked on that. Wooded Foothills, you might be saying like, Mike, why'd you get these double signed? Well, I got these double signed because I had black on mine originally, and I really like when he does, Rob Alexander does the dual signatures and signs it in both colors. So I'm really a big fan of that. And I think it kind of fits our graffiti aesthetic of what we're doing with Kenrith. So I'll do a separate video kind of showcasing what these look like as holistically in the deck. Same thing with our Flooded Strand. Not for everybody, but I really do. I really, really like the color matching component of it. And we got one of the big boys that we got signed was our Survival of the Fittest. I specifically asked Pete to do these signings with black, I guess, as the overlayer, and then the underlayer being the color that you want to make it pop, like the highlight. And like, let's just take a second, get that in like better frame, to look at that. That looks incredible. So down with that. Really, really happy with how that one turned out. Then we move on to our double lakes. When I was in Ohio, I got a chance to go to a really, really cool card shop. Can't wait to go back there. Kind of had like an old Magic feel to it. Really liked it. Everybody in there really loved the game. It was pretty sick. And when I was there, they had another lake, so we ended up picking it up. And it's another card we were able to get signed. And I love how these ones turned out. Those are probably my favorite lakes I have now. Really, really big on collecting this card. I remember the first time I saw this card, I was so like, why is this thing like near $100? What is going on? And then I learned about the reserve list and everything else, and yep, that was all she wrote. Then I started collecting them. Love this card. Super fond memories of playing it, and especially the interactions that you get when you play with other people. And they're like, what does this card do? Yeah, what? Had to get some Arcane Signet signed. Really like the blue and the black contrasting. Thought it fit well, especially on like 2 foil Arcane Signets. You know, it's simple things that can make your commander decks pop a little bit. I like that. You know, little tiny things like that make it unique in yours. When I was also in the shop, I picked up my very first merchant ship. I was kind of excited about that. It's a really cool Arabian Nights card. Really always have loved the artwork on it, and the shadow signature from Tom looks amazing. I had a Diabolic Intent that I pulled way a long time ago, and yeah, I figured it was about time to get a shadow sign. Really liked it. This was actually a Godless Shrine that I had like lying around, and I asked him to sign it. And again, I think Rob really knocks it out of the park when he does the 2-color ones, representing what land colors are options for it. I think that makes a big difference. And talk about like one of the heavy hitters in here. My goodness. Not heavy hitter in terms of like cost of the card or anything, but just how that makes it pop. I'm really into Kenrith. If you're watching this, I have a Kenrith deck that I'm always working on, always changing cards on, always customizing, and this is like another big component. I really like this card. I really like Aaron Miller's signature. I think he nailed it putting it on there, especially Kenrith with like the martial pose. Kind of more aggressive Kenrith looking, you know. Pretty sick. This one was really cool too. Tyler really went above and beyond. I was talking to him when I was in line, and he said that he had an idea that he could do for Wilderness Reclamation, and I told him absolutely anything you think, run with it, man. I like it. And so now our foil Wilderness Reclamation now has like this overgrowth of foliage, and I think that's incredible. It's gonna look awesome in our lower bracketed Kenrith. Then a pickup. So I recently graduated from grad school, and I decided to get a little treat for myself. And I was walking around the vendors, and I saw this taiga, and man, I really like altars, but this one I thought was really good. Just wolf chilling there. Really cleanly done too. Might send it to somebody else to get it touched up on the lettering, kind of like where it was unfinished. But other than that, I think, let's see if I can get a good picture. I think this card really speaks for itself. Like, the quality is really good. And yeah, I was able to pick it up for cheaper than a taiga, just because an artist started doodling on it down. Got our Scrubland signed for, this wasn't for Kenrith, I think this was for, might have been my Atraxa list, but I don't know, had another duel, got it signed. These are the ones that I really didn't want to like press, so I'll get these ones signed the next time I see Pete. But again, another Warren Soul Trader, different variant of Psychic Frog that wasn't the pre-release version, and more Necromancy just because I'm always playing him heavy into Reanimator. Next we have Jeff, and Jeff Miracola's art not only is insane, but so is his signature. My goodness. I mean, that just looks absolutely awesome. And especially the rampant growths too. Not too big on getting gold signatures, but at this point in the con, and it was a long weekend, and especially being there, because again, I only stopped by the con just because I was there for a family event, and so I was already tired, and I spaced. I didn't tell him like, oh yeah, let's try this color or whatever, but he picked gold, and I do not regret it now. I think the gold matches with like the aesthetic, especially with the gold choice for the use for the rampant growth of here, and then obviously for the gold in the image, and then needless to say for Miram. Yeah, pretty sweet. Awesome. Super stoked about those pickups. Then we got our Chittering Rats signed, because why not? It's our Pauper deck, right? So our mono black Pauper deck has some Chittering Rat sign. And next time I see Tom, I'm gonna have him go over it again and do like, you know, additional signatures and have him be green and black and stuff. Have him go all out on it, just to kind of blend in with the rest of my decks, how they kind of match my Kenrith deck. And then these were tokens. I don't remember his name. I can't recall off the top of my head, but he's an artist that is trying to permeate the MTG space. And I saw his art, and yeah, he has a bunch of other pieces, but they're all incredible. And it kind of reminded me, some of his other work kind of reminded me of like an Albert Duer. And so I was like really in love with these. So I picked these up, and I'm going to turn these two into treasure tokens for Kenrith. And then I really don't have a 2/2 zombie thing that's being produced. Like I have a Yawgmoth deck, but I haven't played in a while. Don't know what I'm going to do with these two, but these two are definitely going to be turning into treasures. Too sick. And then, yeah, I think these were just random things that got opened or acquired. But yeah, that was pretty much it. SCG CON got some pretty sick signatures. See ya.